Hi viewers, welcome to the Knowledge Find Out channel. Today we are going to learn a new topic, that is remote handling using AnyDesk. AnyDesk it is a software. It is used to control and access so much of PC which is located in any of the location. So there is no limitation in any of the physical representation of the computer. We can access the computer, control the computer, we can share many files using the concept that is remote handling. First, let me start with introduction of the remote handling. Here you can see this is the computer system and this is another computer. First of all, I'm going to explain about the remote access. Actually, you have heard several things regarding the remote. You heard about the remote control. You can control your TV, which means your television, without any of the settings, nearest settings or switching the buttons. You can use the remote control to control your television sitting in your chair or in a particular limited area. And also you heard about the remote working. Actually we are working nowadays we are working a remote working, which means our workplaces are located in any of the area and the employees are working in their residence, which means the employees' residence are located in any of the districts, but the particular company is located in separate area. So that is the remote access. All of the employees are in different parts of the country and they are working in for a particular place. So they are accessing through the remote platform. So as like that, which means the remote access, we can control one of the PC from any of the PCs by the network connection. We can control each other. If I want to control this PC, I need to connect with another PC. I can control this PC. I can control this PC with this PC. So that is the remote access, which means we can control or monitor the device, which means the computer, from one another device. Let me see the theoretical part of remote access. If you want to connect your PC, you must have the network connection, because you need to access the resources from one location to another location, which means or a location other than one virtual computer or network is physically located. So the network is must. And another point, that is, this is typically achieved using specialized software and network protocol. There are a lot of network protocol, HTTP, FTP. The use of those network protocols, we can access this remote access. Through this access, we can allow a user to establish a connection to a remote computer. And another thing, that is, all of the remote protocol and network protocols all together functioning with the help of telecommunication channels. And another thing, that is, if you are working in an individual or you are working in any of the organization or institute, you need to work and access the data from a location to another location. Because your primary workplace in another location, you are working in separate location. Let me consider another example. If a person working from home might use remote access to connect the employees' network and access company files and application. If you are working in a company in the work from home option, sometimes you may have any risk or problem with your computer, you need to contact your IT desk operator. You might need to connect through the remote channel. Then only the operator will troubleshoot your problems to the server by connecting with your computer. That is the thing we are getting from the remote access. I'll go to the tool. We can use the AnyDesk, that is the tool which is functioning by using remote access concept. This tool, AnyDesk, is available for multiple operating systems, which means we can install this tool under the Windows operating system or Mac, Linux, iOS or Android. It is cross-platform operating system. We can install in any of the operating system. And also we can allow users to connect to and control the remote computer from different locations. And another thing is, if you having the low network connection, also you can get the remote access, and it is suitable for the remote work and support scenario, and it has reliable connection, and those are essentials to connect with one of the PC from another PC. Let me see what can we do using AnyDesk. Actually, if any of the tool is assigned to do the particular task, as like this manner, this AnyDesk helps to do the following things. We can do following things using or installing the AnyDesk software. Let me see by one. We can fix the problem by troubleshooting function. Which means AnyDesk can do the troubleshooting. Which means if you have any of the problem with your computer or a laptop, you can connect your problem-oriented computer with the operator through the AnyDesk. Then operator will see your computer and execute the code and solve your problem through the remote connection. That is the one thing. Another thing is monitoring. If you are working in a company, your admin or your supervisor need to monitor your activity. Then while you can connect your computer with the admin or a supervisor computer through the AnyDesk. And another thing is, when you need to access the files and folders when you are working in an organization, you can connect your computer with AnyDesk. Then you can share your files or you can receive the files from the computer with the access. Another thing is collaborating. If you are working in an organization, all of them are working in a team manner. So they need to collaborate among them. So, but meanwhile, nowadays, they are working in the work from home mode, which means online mode. They are working in a remote manner. So they need to observe and solve the problems through the remote tool. So at that time, we can use the AnyDesk as a collaboration tool. And another thing is, if you want to run an application from another device, you can execute the program by accessing the AnyDesk or installing the AnyDesk. And the final thing is, through the AnyDesk, we can provide any support to another PC user. So that's the thing. You don't need to go to the physical place to observe the computer and solve the problem. You can connect through the online or a remote platform by installing AnyDesk and solve the problem and provide the support easily by using AnyDesk. Let me see the security features in AnyDesk. When you are going to use any of the tool, all of them have a fear regarding the security breakage. So you don't panic about the security features under the AnyDesk, because AnyDesk provides so much of security features like encryption, access controls, two-factor authentication, whitelisting, session recording. Let me see by one. Encryption we have already known. When two persons are communicate among them, the communicated medium, which means communicated data, does not allow to access by unauthorized party. That is the encryption. Here, the AnyDesk provides the end-to-end encryption to ensure that all data transmitted between the local and remote computers is secure and it cannot be intercepted by unauthorized party. That is the thing. The another thing is access controls, which means AnyDesk is a desktop version software. If you want to install the AnyDesk, you need to download the AnyDesk software. Then there is an icon that we create, shortcut will be created under your desktop, and you need to execute the shortcut folder. Shortcut file. Then you can, which means the user can able to set up access controls such as password protection, ensure that only authorized user. You can limit your access through the access controls. You can give the privilege to access. Users can also control the level of access granted to each user and read only full of control. And another thing is two-factor authentication. When two PCs are connected with the AnyDesk, there's the option that is the password to access remote computer. That is another thing. Another thing is whitelisting. If any of the computers are connected through the AnyDesk allow users to create a list of trusted remote computer. If the PC if the MAC address does not trusted, then it will known as a whitelist. Then the whitelist user can restrict access to only those computers, which means whitelist user cannot access the computer. So that is the security provided by the AnyDesk. Another thing is session recording. When you are connecting through the AnyDesk, it includes the session recording feature, which means when you are connecting through the AnyDesk and you shouldn't do any of the activity within 20 minutes or 1 hour, AnyDesk will be declined and you need to connect again, which means session recording. It can help to detect and prevent an unauthorized access or other security issues. Those are the 5 security features in AnyDesk. Let me see how to install AnyDesk in your PC. First, you need to download a set of files. Then you need to execute the set of file. I'll show you. I'm going to open my web browser Google Chrome and I'm going to type AnyDesk. I have already mentioned that is the desktop software. I'm going to choose the first search result, your remote desktop software for Windows. And here you can see the option. If you are using the Mac operating system, you need to choose the Mac. If you are using Android, you need to choose the Android. I'm using Windows, that I have chosen Windows, and here this is the link to download your setup file. I'm going to download the latest version. Download now. Then the executable file will be downloaded under the bottom of here. The file has been downloaded. After the download completion, you need to execute the AnyDesk file. Please be wait. Yes, I'm going to execute the AnyDesk file. And here this is the window. This means the UI of the AnyDesk file. Here this is the identification address. If you want to connect your PC with another PC, you need to copy your address and put it in the WhatsApp chat or any of the chatting forum. Then only your the connected person able to connect your PC with his or her PC. And if you want to connect any of your friend or colleague PC, you need to type your address under this enter remote address. Here you need to ask the remote address of his or her. Then you need to type according to their IP address, which means this address. Here those are the recent sessions, which means I have connected my PC through the following addresses. If I want to connect the previous recent session, you can just click on the three dots and you can connect. Here the client is offline. Another thing, the user, which means you want to connect your AnyDesk with your friend and yourself must open the AnyDesk. Then only you can connect your AnyDesk through the remote. And you can share the files through the AnyDesk, and there are so much of options provided by the AnyDesk, and there's session recordings, and here you can set password for your AnyDesk, and there's option that is settings, and here the file transfer, you can share the file. And another thing, that is the display settings, you can change the display, and so much of things under the AnyDesk. This is the link that help to navigate and download the AnyDesk from the web browser. You can download it from any of the web browser. I hope you get the relevant idea regarding the remote controlling and the usage of tool, that is AnyDesk. Let me meet in another video. Thank you. Bye.